beautiful friends and subscribers. I am so thrilled to have you guys here with me, and welcome if this is the first time you're joining me. My name is Odessa. I'm the Mystic Intuitive Healer, and I deliver messages to you through the cards that help you to awaken, heal, align, and grow. So today is January 1st, 2023, and to mark the beginning of this new year, I partnered with 6 other incredible readers to deliver messages to you guys from each of the colors of the rainbow. So we did a random draw, and basically Spirit selected which color each of us was going to channel messages from. But from there, we were able to just do whatever we wanted with our colors. So there's going to be a wide range of messages that are coming through for you guys. I highly recommend you go and check out all of the channels. So Jenna's Witchy Corner is joining me today, as well as Scarlet Serpent, 9 3/4, Bluebird Magic, Leo Guidance Time, and Damselflies. So I would love it if you guys went and watched all of the readings and you came back and you told me how they fit together, because I just have this really strong feeling that they're going to blend together really beautifully. And I think you're going to get a lot of insight about the transformation you're going to be going through over the next 12 months, because 2023 is a year number 7. So this is going to be a time for you where you're able to get into alignment. There is a lot of beauty and magic that's going to be coming forward for you guys. So I am channeling messages from the color green. I'm going to be focusing on love for you guys today. I want to give you a general idea about what's going to be taking place for you in terms of love. Basically, what are you manifesting right now? I also want to fill you in on why people love you and give you a little bit of guidance on what might be coming towards you in terms of love. And I'm specifically going to be focusing on romantic love. So if you're in a relationship, this will be a development in the relationship you're already in. If you are single, this is going to be somebody new coming into your life. If you are happily single, then it's going to be a surprise, and it might be something very juicy. So I'm really excited to get into the cards. I have 3 piles for you guys to select from. Pile number 1 is partnered with the green candle and green aventurine. Pile number 2 is partnered with this sprig of green leaves, and then also the green calcite. And then pile number 3 has the rosemary, and then this is green fuchsia. So I'm going to give you guys a close-up of the items in the cards in just a moment, and I'll see you at your pile. Hi, pile number 1, welcome back. So in today's reading, I am doing a very special collaboration with 6 other incredible readers. We are channeling messages from the 7 colors of the rainbow. I am working with Jenna's Witchy Corner, Scarlet Serpent, 9 3/4, Bluebird Magic, Leo Guidance Time, and Damselfly. And if you'd like to know a little bit more about the theme and how it connects to this incredible year that we're embarking on, 2023, I suggest going back to the intro, because I go into a lot more detail. So I am channeling messages for you guys from the color green. So today's reading is really going to be focusing on love. These cards are going to fill me in on what you're manifesting in terms of love. Then I'm going to look at why people love you. And then I'm going to end the reading by giving you some detail about what's coming towards you in terms of romantic love. So you guys selected the green candle and the green aventurine crystal. So let's find out what the color green would like you to know. First card is luck. And it is card number 31. There are green limes on the card, which I love, and the water symbol. Beautiful. Then you have empowerment, followed by the Knave of Cups, the Knave of Swords, mermaid tresses, emotional clarity, Daffodil, beginnings and rebirth. And the storytellers, stories are medicines, strengthening and renewing. All right, pile number 1. Oh my God, you are going through a major transformation when it comes to your love energy. It looks to me like you're going to be going through an expansion in your heart chakra. And you are going to not only be experiencing love in a different way, but you're going to be seeing love, talking about love, engaging in love in an entirely different way. The daffodil card is indicating that. It literally says beginnings and rebirth. So the way you engaged with that heart chakra growth, love energy is going to be transformed. There's literally a butterfly on this card, and the daffodil is a symbol of hope. You may have experienced a lot of pain in terms of love in the past. This might have been a situation where romantic relationships didn't work out the way you wanted them to. Maybe there was other love dynamics that didn't work out the way you wanted. You know, you didn't have the friends that you wanted, or you weren't as close with your family as you had wanted. And that really informed you about the way that you could expect to experience love. And, you know, to a certain degree, I think that some of you are a little bit romantic at heart, but you were disappointed. So you kind of like taught yourself to accept less than you deserved in terms of love. You had sort of convinced yourself that the kind of love that you wanted only existed in storybooks, that it wasn't for you, or maybe, you know, you just weren't lucky in terms of love. But I think that it has a lot to do with the journey that you're going on. You've got the Knave of Cups and the Knave of Swords. So we've got the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords. And those two energies really can sort of fight against each other to a certain degree, because the cups is associated with our emotions and our intuition, whereas the swords are connected to our logic and really being rooted in things that are practical. They can also be connected to like our thoughts and our words, whereas the cups are connected to our feelings. And I think that some of you may have leaned into more of your logic mind. You've made practical decisions or choices in terms of love. Others of you leaned more into your emotions, your empathy, and maybe you wore your heart on your sleeve. And you didn't have, neither of you had sort of the balance between both energies. And I think that has like caused you even more pain. Now, I think that you did that for a reason. It might have been a situation where you had to sort of like adjust and be like a little bit more cut off from your emotions, because otherwise you were too vulnerable, or maybe you grew up around people that were a little more like logical about love. They weren't, you know, you didn't grow up around people maybe that showed their affection the same way. Maybe they were like kept their emotions really close to them. Or maybe you are an empath and you feel things deeply and people judged you for that. And that caused some pain for you. But this transformation you're going through is going to be a balancing of those energies. You're going to have emotional clarity, where you're really going to understand why you feel the way you feel about love. And, you know, I think you're going to start to see the red flags in people as well, whereas maybe you ignored some of that. You may start to tell yourself a different story, a different narrative about love and like what you can expect. Or, you know, maybe you're going to start telling yourself like, you know what? I would rather wait for the right thing. You know, I'm really going to like put all of my chips down on like following my heart and my intuition, and I'm just gonna like roll the dice. I'm gonna trust that Spirit's gonna bring me the right person. I'm going to bet on luck. I'm no longer going to bet on what's logical. You know, I'm not going to let people convince me that if I haven't found someone at a certain age, or if I don't lower my standards, that things are never going to work out for me. No, I'd rather take the risk, because like where I have been in terms of love has taken my power away, and now it's time for me to rise up and be an empowered goddess / god. And that is definitely going to give you the results you want, my friends. Oh my God. Card number 31, that reduces down to the number 4. You're going to have that solid foundation. And I think that you're going to start to understand the power of both the emotion and the logic. I think about a lime. And limes can be like, obviously it adds a lot of that citrus sour flavor, but I mean, depending on what you're pairing it with, it can really balance out that flavor profile, right? It can either add just the right amount of tartness and sourness to really like make that savory side pop, or that sweet side pop. It's like you're gonna understand how to use your inherent gifts to really get the outcomes that you want. And I think that you're just not gonna sell yourself short. You're going to be much more protective of yourself and your energy as well. I think that there is the desire for love in your life, but there isn't the need for it, which is going to change everything, right? Because manifesting requires that you send out a vibration, a request to the universe, but you're not grasping for it. You're not trying to force it into your life, because ultimately that will just repel everything that you want. It goes back to you know, physics basically. And so you're working with that energy, you're working with that in your life, and it's going to bring you so much renewal. It's going to heal wounds. It's going to give you strength. You're going to be empowered. Beautiful. I love this. I think that this is going to really take you off guard. I don't think that you see this coming. This is one of those situations where I think you're just going to like emerge as this, you know, new version of self. And it's almost like, you know, you look in the mirror for the first time and you really see yourself, where it's like, whoa, that's me? Wow, like I had no idea. And it's going to be so magical. I'm so excited for you guys. I am being told that for some of you, you already are starting to feel some of these shifts and changes. Definitely let me know in the comments, like if you've been feeling sort of intuitively that there's some things that are changing for you, or you're just starting to feel different, you know, like you can't put your finger on why. It just feels different. I feel like you're going to be experiencing a lot more joy in 2023. And of course, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you see this, it'll apply to the next year of your life. But I definitely see a lot more joy, laughter, fun, experimentation, betting on luck, taking a risk in your future, and it's going to really pan out for you. Things are going to flow really, really beautifully. Like the empowerment card, she literally has a full moon behind her head, which is all about our manifestations becoming full and abundant and finally coming into the physical, like getting the full rewards that you've been seeking. This is beautiful. Okay, so now I want to get some more cards and find out exactly why people love you. So some of these things you might already know, and some of this might not feel like it's resonating for you, but of course remember that all of this is what is coming for you. You sometimes don't necessarily see accurately how other people are viewing you. So why do people love pile number 1? What can the color green tell me about why people love pile number 1? Why do people love pile number 1? Okay, let's see here. Oh, I love it. Okay, so you guys, I don't think that you are necessarily seeing the kind of influence that you are having on other people. You have the Chariot, card number 7. That is the theme of this entire reading, right? The primary reason that we're moving forward with 7 readers is because 2023 is a year number 7. There are 7 colors in the rainbow, and it's all about alignment and balance and beauty. The Chariot is also about balance, the duality. That is the energy that you're balancing out. At least in your own mind, that logic and that love, but people are already impressed by you. They already see that within you. Maybe you haven't been giving that energy to yourself, and you give that a lot to others. And now it's time for you to start giving that to self. Like, you also received the Temperance card, which is once again all about balance and really being able to see both sides of an argument. You can you hold space for more than one type of opinion or more than one position, and you can really like slow yourself down and be present in the moment and surrender to the energies that are around you. Take your time with things and allow things to slowly develop and grow. But when it's time to take like action on something, you're there. I get the sense that you're a warrior for others in your life, that they love you because they know that you always have their back. When you love someone, you really love them. You will fight for them. And you help people. Like, both of these cards have full moons in them. You really help people to create, you know, beauty, or to create things in their own life, potentially, like, you know, achieve some of their own goals, or at least start thinking about what they want to achieve in their life. And then you also got the King of Cups. And I really feel like this mermaid tresses, the emotional clarity, has that energy of the Queen of Cups. Like, you are definitely a highly intuitive, you know, empathetic person for sure. But with the King of Cups, it's really telling me that you don't allow your emotions to rule you. You aren't, you know, losing yourself in your feelings. You're able to balance that out. So people really admire that about you. And once again, we've got this sort of energy of being able to assert yourself with the killer whale, because the killer whales are quite aggressive. You know, they can be fierce. And the coloration on them with black and white, very much like I think that this is a badger, is also talking about that duality. So you bring in this beautiful leadership quality. You lead from the heart, but you don't allow people to take advantage of you and throw you off course. And people admire that. You help bring more stability and balance to their lives. You help them get clarity on the goals that they want to set for themselves, how they can move forward, how they can bring more abundance or love into their life. And they truly appreciate you as a result of this. Now, you might not see yourself this way, but I'm telling you right now, they definitely see this quality in you. I want to get a couple more cards and find out a little bit more about why people love you, pile number 1. Beauty, I just saw. That's interesting. I meant to say I just heard. Okay, so 1, you are beautiful inside and out. And I think the things that you say to them are beautiful. You inspire them. Maybe you really help people build up their own confidence. Oh my God, the mystic. Yeah, you must be, maybe you're clairvoyant even. Clairvoyant, you could be a healer of some type, you know, doing energy healing. That's what it looks like she's doing on this card. maybe you really give them insight into who they are and help them to build confidence. But I think you're also very physically attractive. I think that when people are around you, they can't deny that you have this glow, this beauty, like she's surrounded by stars. Oh, I love that. Okay, why do people love pile number 1? Oh, yes. You guys might be like my witchy, mystical pile. You got the guide, and it says, represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. And Athena with her owl is on this card. You bring wisdom and illumination to people's lives. Like you help them to see themselves more clearly. Maybe you help illuminate other situations. Maybe you're that friend that's like, you're able to give them the hard truth without triggering them, and that can be really difficult. What's coming through my mind is like you're the friend that can tell them when maybe someone they're like crushing on, or they're like dating, or possibly even like have a deeper connection with than that, like marriage or long-term partnership, is taking advantage of them, or isn't the right fit, or is taking something away. You're able to like be a shoulder for them and support them, but also tell them the truth as you see it without them feeling like you're judging them. And that is such a beautiful, beautiful talent. That really takes a lot of skill. And you may be also a matchmaker is the energy I'm getting. It says reveals the intimate union with the divine, but it was the union card that really, the union word that really popped out for me on that card. You might have really been able to like set people up with like the right person for them, and you're using your own intuitive abilities to basically read the energy, read between the lines, see behind the mask, so that you can actually partner people together that would be a legitimately good fit. And you got the damsel card. Understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. Yes, that is exactly the energy that I see coming forward in you. I think that you're the last to know. That is the energy I get from this. You're gorgeous. Damsel is like the maiden energy, and the maiden in an archetype would be like Venus or Persephone. And so you definitely have this beautiful goddess energy or beautiful god energy. And I just think that you don't see it necessarily. And that's where this next year is going to be so illuminating for you. This is amazing. I can definitely see why people love you. And you're very intelligent as well. I think that you understand things that others might have trouble grasping. Like I get that sense from like obviously the guide card, but also the mystic, like being able to understand the patterns that are going on around you, whether that's just esoteric occult knowledge, like you just have a knack for astrology, or you understand Kabbalah, and you just get it, and you're able to apply that to your life and explain that to other people in layman's terms. But it could also mean that you're seeing patterns that are happening around you, like you just understand what the significance of a butterfly means, or number sequences, or any of those other magical things that can happen around us. You might be a person who's really interested in folk magic is coming forward. And this has actually come forward twice today, actually, where you might be interested in like reading this science. Like you might do some divination practices where you are determining the birth of a child. Like being able to figure out exactly when they're going to be born using different techniques. Or the gender of a child, things like that. I definitely get the sense that many of you have some witchiness to you, and that might not be for all of you, but there's definitely some of you that are connected to that. And that might also be part of this metamorphosis that you're going through. You're going to be stepping into your gifts even more. The stars will align for you, and you're going to start playing this role in people's lives even more. You might also just have that mystical quality, like it isn't necessarily that you're interested in like witchy stuff at all. You might not share the fact that you watch pick a cards with anyone, but you just have that special something that just, it's like stardust around you, you know, like, oh, I love it. I can definitely see why people love you. I think that you really love hard too. You know, they feel loved around you, and that's a beautiful thing. So now let's find out a little bit of information about what's coming towards you in terms of love. So like I was saying earlier, this is going to be focusing on romantic love. So if you're in a partnership, this could be an evolution that's taking place in your existing relationship. This could be, if you're single, you're meeting somebody new. If you are single and you are happy single and you don't want that to change, then this might be a surprise, right? The universe is always throwing curveballs at us. So let's see what is coming towards pile number 1 in terms of romantic love. What is coming towards pile number 1 in terms of romantic love? Okay. Woo! All right. So pile number 1, there are some heavy cards here. You've had some heartache in love. You've got the 3 of Swords. We also have the 10 of Swords, 5 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands. So these cards, oh my God, and the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands. Wild. Then, of course, we have the 4 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Cups. Okay, so what this is indicating to me is that in terms of love, whether this is in your existing relationship or past relationships, it will be different for each of you. But you have had people that have not treated you with the respect and care that you deserve. You have had your heart broken. You have had people betray you. You have felt like you were stabbed in the back. You felt like people were arguing or fighting you unnecessarily. And it was like no matter what you did, you weren't able to get the outcome that you wanted. You weren't able to sort of regain control. I think that there have been some people in your life that maybe were a little like ill-prepared for the kind of love energy that you were bringing to the table. They were ill-prepared to be the partner that you needed because they were pages, and you transcend that. I think that maybe you don't realize that, but you transcend that. In terms of your love energy, you're already at King of Cups energy, Queen of Cups energy. But I think that you see yourself in terms of being like a page or a knight potentially, and so you've been gravitating towards people that have that kind of energy. You like people that have like keen minds, that they're good at problem solving. They're practical to a certain degree, but not boring. They just like have like a way of really, like, they're intelligent. They're able to express themselves and explain their ideas, and they can keep you on your toes, right? Like they're smart and quick-witted, and I think that you like people that have fiery passion. They're driven, and they maybe are very physical, and there's a lot of excitement around them, but they don't have enough of that heart energy to really be like grounded in a relationship. I get the sense that it's like you fall in love with someone and it's like they just don't seem to reciprocate the same feelings or the same intensity, or they do in the beginning and then they don't. And it's like your guides were sort of telling you through your intuition that this wasn't it, right? This isn't the balance that you need. And you're transcending that. You're closing out that cycle. And for each of you, I'm going to get a couple more cards to find out exactly how this is going to unfold. For those of you who are single right now, this is a closing of that cycle. All of the karmics that you've been dealing with, are going to be drifting into the past because you're no longer going to be a vibrational match to them. And if you are single, this is really up to you, is the energy I'm getting. You're going to be finding that balance, like I was talking about before, between your logic and your heart energy. And you're going to be moving into a cycle where you're completely fulfilled and abundant. So it's really going to be up to you whether you want to go there, right? If you want to get into a relationship again, I think that you would find that the quality of partners coming towards you would be much better. If you're looking for love, you're going to have a really fun year. I think that it's going to get off to a slow start though, because you're still sort of like moving away from this energy. It just takes a little time for like the wheel to shift, but you are going to get into alignment and you're going to have a lot of different quality options available to you. And just keep your standards high, honestly. Like, you're going to have more than enough options that are quality to keep you happy, and have some fun is the energy I'm getting. Like, have some fun and test things out. Don't like dive into a like committed relationship until you're 100% sure that that's the right person, where it really clicks, right? You are going to get to a point where you're seeing all the red flags and you're going to actually take action on it. You don't need to go beyond that. And if they're pressuring you to commit, then that's a red flag in itself, right? You should both be mutually wanting to like sort of commit at the same rate and with time so that you actually know each other. Now, if you're already in a relationship, this might be a shift in the energy where you and your partner actually start coming together. Like, whatever this conflict was, the disagreements, all of that sort of shifts and you guys come into balance with each other. And all of a sudden you're sharing emotions and thoughts and dreams and, you know, ambitions for the future that you hadn't necessarily been able to see eye to eye on. And you're going to have an even distribution of responsibility where like you are filling your cup, they are filling their cup, and then you also have extra energy left over to give more to each other, right? Like, everything is taken care of. It's not like all on one person's shoulders. Now, of course, if you're in a really bad situation in terms of love, this might be a situation where this person is shifted away from you and you're no longer going to be connected to this person, and someone new is going to be approaching you, or a new doorway is going to be open to you. I just want to get a couple more cards to find out some clarity on what is on the bottom of the deck. 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, you are going to be looking good, feeling good, really connecting with your goddess energy. So what is going to take place for those that are already in a partnership? Yeah, balance. Balance. Balance is coming for you guys. This is like an even distribution of responsibility and rewards with the 6 of Pentacles. And this might feel like, oh, I can't ever see that happening for me and my partner based on the fact we've been together forever and we always have sort of done things this way and they're not listening. But I'm telling you right now that somebody can awaken like that. Every single person around you has a team of guides that's working with them, you know? Like, if you are able to shift like that, they can too. But you have to like focus on your journey. You're not going to be able to kind of do the heavy lifting for them. You just have to have faith that things will work out and you continue to move towards your place of balance. You finding your balance and really like leaning into what helps you feel empowered and abundant may be the vibrational shift that shifts things for them as well. What's going to happen for pile number 1's partner? Okay, you got the Gossip card and it says awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. Yes, for those of you out there that have a partner that is you're in this conflict energy with and you don't feel like they're ever going to see things your way, there is going to be an awakening. They are going to shift. They are definitely going to shift. It literally says awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. So it might not feel like that yet, but I think that there's some beauty that is on its way for you all in terms of love. I am so excited for you. Definitely let me know what you guys think. Have you been feeling this shift and change coming on? Have any of these things started to manifest for you already? I would love to know in the comments. Definitely go and check out the other readings by all of my beautiful fellow readers. They are incredible. And like I said, all of the links for their readings are below. And if any of you guys are interested in working with me, you can go to my website, odessamull.com. All of my services and booking information are available there. I do tarot card readings, spiritual coaching, Reiki, as well as channeled messages from your spirit guides and past life readings. And I also wanted to mention that I have a link below that is connected to a recording of the frequency for the color green. So you can meditate using this beautiful recording that actually Damselfly provided to me. And it will really help you get into the energy of the color green, expanding on your heart chakra, helping you to find this balance. You could even play it while you're going to sleep, and it will have an amazing transformational effect on you, really helping you to like get in tune with that energy. So have a wonderful start to 2023, all of my beautiful friends, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hi, file number 2, welcome back. So in today's reading, I'm doing a special collaboration with 6 other incredible readers. We are delivering messages from the 7 colors of the rainbow. I'm working with Jenna's Witchy Corner, Scarlet Serpent, 9 3/4, Bluebird Magic, Leo Guidance Time, and Damselfly. And you'll be able to see their contribution in the links in the description box. And if you'd like to know more about the theme and how it connects back to the year of 2023 that we're embarking on now, you can go back to the intro because I explain it in much more detail. I am channeling messages from the color green for you guys today, and I'm going to be specifically focusing on love. So these cards are going to be filling me in on what you're manifesting in terms of love. Then I'm going to dive into a couple more decks. I'm going to find out why people love you and what's coming towards you in terms of romantic love. So you guys selected the green leaves and the green calcite. Let's find out what the color green would like you guys to know about your manifestations. So you received the communication card. There's the earth symbol on this card, Pisces, the number 2, and it's green peas. I love that as a starting point. Then you have the spirit guide card, Knight of Wands, the priestess, spearman, courage and sharpness, followed by time, banish nightmares, mental health, bladderwort, small endings cannot be avoided, and witch hair, cross the threshold, leap the hedge, go over the wall. All right, pile number 2. So what's coming forward to me is that you are going through a major shift in the way that you approach your manifestations. The color green is associated with the heart chakra. And we manifest a lot from our heart chakra, that unconditional love that we are pouring out into the universe can have such a dramatic effect on what we experience on a day-to-day basis. It also connects back with how we see and experience other people around us. So that really informs the tone of our manifestations because, as I always mention, we're constantly manifesting. It's a matter of active manifesting or passive manifesting. Passive manifesting is when you're going about your life and you're just reacting to the things that are happening in your life on a day-to-day basis. Whereas active manifesting is really focusing your mind and your words and your actions towards an outcome that you want, and not allowing sort of the hiccups of the world or the naysaying of other people, the disapproval of other people, to hold you back, knowing exactly what you're worth and what you want to accomplish and focusing on that. Unfortunately, most of us do spend a lot of our energy on passive manifesting, where we're trying to like sort of solve problems after they've already been created versus trying to avoid them in the first place. And that's just normal, right? That is sort of the way that we are taught in today's society for a large portion of the global population. And it looks like you're going to be shifting that for yourself. I think you've been very rooted in the earthly realm, really embodying this Knight of Wands energy. You're a go-getter. You have fire for the things that you're passionate about, right? Like you really like want to do these things. You're excited. You're moving towards them. And I think that you've had disappointments. Like you've put in all of the action necessary. But I think that where you might have been getting tripped up is the kind of like internal dialogue or the general feeling that you have about the things that aren't working out in your favor. This could have been in terms of love relationships. This could also have a lot to do with the things that you want to accomplish, like the overall goals, the things that you want to bring to the world, your legacy. How you want to be seen in the world, the kind of things that you want to create may have not been manifesting the way you wanted them to. And the disappointments really like started to weigh you down. You started to question whether any of this was going to work out in your favor. Are you worthy of this success? Are you worthy of the love? Will there ever be that partnership? Will I ever get over this obstacle, get past this wall? And over the next year, as you start to dive into your love energy and your heart chakra more, and you go through an expansion, you're going to be tapping into deeper knowledge that's coming from your spiritual side. You're going to be having a partnership with your spirit guides, and you're going to start to have perspective on why things went sideways for you in the past. You know, in some cases, it might be a situation where you were really burned in a love relationship or friendship. There's some sort of like partnership between two people and you were burned. And all of a sudden you're going to realize that you were maybe not like holding your standards high enough, or there was fundamental problems that even if this upset hadn't happened, ultimately they weren't the right match for you. It was leading you down the wrong pathway. Potentially some of the upsets in terms of like business or like creative ideas that you had didn't work out because you weren't quite ready. Like you actually ended up learning a lot from the failure. And like in terms of like business, we see this all the time. Most of the really successful entrepreneurs around the globe have had a whole string of failures before they have their major success. And all of those failures help them learn things that they needed to avoid later on. And then when they had their major breakthrough idea, they were prepared. And it looks like that's what you're going to be doing. Like the time, banish nightmares and mental health. It really like feels to me like you're shifting your perspective. Small endings cannot be avoided. You start to see that these were necessary, that you had to go through these things. And then you just get into this like really serene, accepting energy. You become the priestess, the high priestess, where you're able to just completely tune into the energy that is available to you. Maybe you start to really actively manifest. Maybe like, as I was picking up with the Knight of Wands, it's been more like you're taking action when the doors are open to you, but you're not like sort of mentally trying to set up the doors before you can see anything in the physical. And it's honestly, it has a lot to do with like, you know, to an outsider, it might seem delusional. Like, I am going to have a TED Talk. I am going to be, you know, interviewed by like the top journalists. I am going to write my own book. I am going to create an organization and I'm going to change things in this world. Like, whereas you may still even be in school, like you're, you know, to, you know, others, it doesn't appear like you're anywhere close to that. And they may sort of have doubts that that could even be available to you because they have these self-limiting beliefs, but you are going to just let go of that. You're going to have sharpness. You have courage and sharpness. You're going to have sharp thinking, really like zero in, like laser focus on what you want and the courage to do it. And that's when all of a sudden little opportunities start bubbling up for you, right? The green pea, the peas are all a symbol of miracles that can come through. But I do think you're going to be like really executing some sort of technique to manifest. Maybe it's scripting. There's like the inkwell and the ink pot here. So you're writing down everything that you want. You're writing down every idea, grounding it into the physical. If you want a relationship, you're being very clear about the kind of person that you want, and then you're following up with action. You're not writing down, I want a person who really hold space for my emotions. Then you continue to date people that don't care about your feelings at all, right? Like, you're like, this is what I want, and I'm gonna have to walk away from anyone who doesn't fit that, because you understand that you are co-creating with the universe. I'm laughing because it's like the number 2 on the communication card. My eye just was drawn to it. The High Priestess is also card number 2. And then with the spirit guides, we have this like duality, the mirror image, like the co-creation. You are co-creating. The universe is going to pull half the weight, and you're going to, you know, set the intentions with your thoughts, your words, and your actions. It won't just be actions any longer, and everything is going to change. Like, some of you might already be really interested in magic, right? This might be something that you're already like timeline shifting, manifesting. You're like well-versed in the basic principles of this, and now you're really going to become a master. Like, it's a major like shift to go from the Knight of Wands to the High Priestess. Like, things are going to rapidly shift. Even with the time, this really has like a Merlin energy to it, the figure on this card. So, wow, I'm really excited. You're going to start thinking about everything around you in a new way. Like, you're going to see yourself as the shit, and you're also going to start seeing other people for what they bring to the table, even if they're flawed, because we're all flawed. That's what it is to be human. This is like spirit school. We're here learning lessons and growing, like I always say. So this is beautiful. Now I want to find out why people love you, pile number 2. Let's see what the color green can share with us about why people love you. Why do people love pile number 2? Woo! Right off the end of the table. I'm going to have to go and get that. Why do people love pile number 2? Okay, 1 second. Okay. Oh, interesting. Wow. Okay. So the first card that was on the floor was the 5 of Swords in reverse. So the 5 of Swords in the upright is talking about conflict. It can be talking about petty battles. So this is like arguing for the sake of being right, not necessarily because it's going to benefit you. But it came out in reverse, which means that you have this energy where you come in and you quell a lot of these conflicts. I think that you've had people around you that were the King of Wands energy, but in reverse, which means that they were sort of in their shadow. Narcissistic energy, individuals that maybe talk a big game, you know, but deep inside they don't really love themselves that much. You may have been very attracted to individuals like this before, because oftentimes people that are King of Wands energy, whether it is like, you know, the more light attributes or the shadow attributes, they have a lot of charisma and excitement around them, right? All eyes on them. But if they don't know who they are and they don't have that confidence, they will make decisions and be drawn to certain like material titles or possessions, and it's all for the wrong reasons. And I think that you are very easily able to deal with this type of energy and just sort of like smooth everything out. Like the Three of Cups, I want to turn it upright, but it did come out in the reverse. So it feels to me like you create partnerships where there hasn't been one, right? People come with a lot of their own trauma and pain, and it's like you're able to really like solve that issue. And maybe you got the Strength card, like you're strong in situations where other people may have felt weak. Like you're able to release things and people from your life that don't serve you with the Six of Swords. You're able to move away from that. And you have Emperor energy. Like, this is incredible. You really know who you are as the Emperor. Like, because a lot of this love energy really feels like it has to do with self-love, self-empowerment, creating your own reality. The Emperor is a master manifester, knowing exactly who he is and what he wants out of life, and then executing it, and being a wise diplomatic leader, being able to see the light in others and not be threatened by that. You are logical in your thinking. You are able to problem solve. You're also able to have some heart. There is strong energy here of with the, like, there's water elements in the Six of Swords, as well as the Bladderwort card with this sea creature, which is always connected back to empathy and compassion. And I see the Emperor as the balanced energy of the divine masculine. In his shadow, he can be very cutting and cruel, but you have him in the upright. I really associate him with being able to be in tune with his emotions and hold space for that, but also to be able to be logical and have boundaries and be strict when necessary. You have brought yourself into alignment, and you help others find alignment, and they love that. They feel inspired being around you. And I think that you are able to take control when necessary. And I think that you are someone who may have a lot going for them. You might be very attractive. You had like this charisma and power about you. And if you had been in the shadow, the Emperor energy in the shadow, or if you were embodying this King of Wands in the shadow, you may sort of feel like you might lean into like feeling superior to others or being exclusionary, but you're not embodying that. I get the energy that you're wise and beautiful and intelligent, and you're also inclusive and caring. Like, I really get that, because we've got this burrow, and inside the burrow there's all of these rabbits, but there's also a fox. Foxes typically would be hunting the rabbits, but this fox is kindly watching over them. So you have the power to really like take people out, like destroy their self-esteem or make them feel worthless. But you don't do that. You shepherd them, you care for them, you help them nurture their own abundance. You help them shed their skin. You help them get into alignment. And that might be a situation like you've definitely gone through a major transformation there. With the Strength card, we've got the snake on this card, and then with the Eight of Wands, we also have the snake. And once again, there's 3 different symbols here where we've got like the snake and the mouse, whereas the snake would typically be hunting the mouse, and they are here inhabiting this card harmoniously. And then we've got the snake and then the hawk, and then we have the fox and the rabbit. So there's a lot of energy of you could very well, if you were a different person, embody that shadow energy and really like sort of like overshadow people or make them feel small, and you don't do that, and people love you for it. I feel like this is going to be the building blocks of something major for you. This kind of love really feels like if you were interested in, you know, being an entrepreneur and having your own product or having your own platform, you're on social media, this is the kind of energy that a wise teacher, wise leader, someone who could really like gather like a fan base around them has. Like, because you're not egoic. And like, this is really beautiful. I'm really, really excited for you. And I just think that you bring a lot of heart to everything that you're doing. You really do care about people. And there's something coming forward with the poppies here about you remembering. This might have been a situation where maybe you were, in the past, you were bullied, or you had a glow up and you were like, you considered yourself to be awkward, or you became, it's kind of like this, like, ugly duckling swan energy. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you had like a physical glow up where you your look changed. It could have just been your mind, but like you went from a place where you felt like you weren't good enough to really being in your element, and people see that, and it hasn't changed you at all. Like, you're still just as wonderful and compassionate as you were before, and you see the sameness, like you see the connection like between you and others, and like people just love you for that so much, and I can see why. That is so beautiful. So now I'd like to get a couple more cards and find out exactly what's coming towards you in terms of love. Pile number 2. Okay, so what's coming towards pile number 2 in terms of romantic love? So before I go on though, I should mention that if you're in a relationship, what's coming towards you in terms of romantic love could be a shifting and changing within your relationship, like you and your partner become closer, or there's some change there. If you are single and you're looking for love, this could be somebody new coming into your life. If you are single and you're happily single, this could be a shift in the way you see love, or it might be some unexpected surprise. So let's see what's happening for pile number 2 in terms, okay, of love. Let's see. Whoa. Oh my God. Okay, so this is wild. You got the 6 of Wands. So victory is on the horizon. There is going to be something major, but what just really like threw me for a loop is Queen and King of Pentacles. I've literally got goosebumps. They're rising up to my face. I am so excited. This is indicating to me that if you're not in a relationship right now, there is someone very special that is going to be coming into your life. If you are with somebody right now, you guys are going to become much closer. You are going to truly become divine counterparts. If you've been having conflict with your spouse, then it's growing pains. But there's some energy here of truly being equals to each other and building something in the physical world. That is incredible. And then you have the Star, which is talking about wish fulfillment. Like, this is everything that you've been dreaming of in terms of love. Now, if you don't want romance, this could be you actually coming into balance within yourself. Really like having that inner alchemy where you are balancing out and in love with the divine masculine and the divine feminine within you, falling into alignment with your wish fulfillment, your life purpose, and really having victory. So there's a lot of ways that could play out. You also have the 7 of Wands. So this is talking about healthy boundaries. Oh my God. Who are you, pile number 2? You have to let me know. Blue heart, no, green heart. Scratch that. This is channel messages from the color green. Green heart. If you guys picked this pile, in the comments if you don't want to tell me what's going on, because I am floored by the next series of cards. The Magician, the 3 of Cups, the Hierophant, the 10 of Cups, the Empress, and the High Priestess. Like, what the flying F is going on right now? You guys just blew my mind. This is insane. Like, I cannot believe this. You have the Emperor, then you have the Empress, divine counterparts. Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, divine counterparts. Then you have the High Priestess and the Magician, divine counterparts. Then we also have like the Wise Teacher with the Hierophant, 3 of Cups, friends and collaborations. And you also have the 3 of Cups here, and 10 of Cups, which is having more wish fulfillment, a happy family life, coming together and having all of your emotional needs met. There's literally a rainbow in this card. You having all of the balance that you want. I don't know what your circumstances are, pile number 2, but honestly, you are about to meet the love of your life, or the relationship that you are currently in is going to evolve and shift into the most fulfilling romantic relationship that you have ever experienced in your entire life. Everything that you want is coming into balance. This person is going to be your best friend, your collaborator. They're going to have your back. They're going to help you to stand your ground and really speak your truth. They're going to help you to continue to have that balance. Like on the Hierophant, we've got the moon and the sun. Once again, divine feminine and divine masculine. Like, this is insane. Like, I'm being told that whoever popped into your mind when I started talking about, like, just now, like, whoever just popped into your mind that you think might be this person, that's the person. And if no one popped into your mind, then this is going to be someone entirely new that's coming into your life. But, like, honestly, this is, like, I'm getting North Star. This is, like, fated, like, destined to be. This is... You have like past life experience together. When you meet them, they're going to feel like your long lost love is what's coming forward. I actually feel like I'm going to start crying. Like, I feel choked up. I think that for many of you, this is like a real strong soul bond, obviously. But I think because you have psychic abilities, once you meet them, you might have this flood of sort of like memories, like Akashic records opening up, and you like having similar dreams or recollections of past lives where you were together. And I feel like this is the first time in a very long time where you're going to be embodied together, and you finally get to play that role of divine counterparts where you come together, you understand each other, you're going to have challenges, 100%. You're going to have challenges, but you're going to be achieving something together and really making your mark, leaving a legacy. I also get that with the 10 of Cups, although that is typically associated with the 10 of Pentacles, but that's strongly coming out for me with this card right now. Wow. Okay, so I want to know more about this person. Let's find out a little bit, if we can find out who this person is, Who is it that they're meeting? Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure that the cards were right side up. Okay, so first card you have, it's Addict. Helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. They're not going to be addicted to anything. This isn't a representation of them. It's the light attribute that they're bringing to your life. So they're going to help you to overcome some of these barriers, any of the compulsive behaviors that you may have been falling prey to that kept you from fulfilling your goals. Companion, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness, a true friend to you. And father, talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. This is somebody who really embodies this divine masculine leadership fathering energy. And it doesn't mean that they identify as being a masculine at all. They just are going to be playing that sort of like guiding light energy to you. And it might be a situation where you are lovers, best friends, and then they also are sort of guiding you like a wise teacher or like parent. Not that they're parenting you, that they're giving you that nurturing guidance that a parent would give. And, you know, our parents are like our first teachers. So that is absolutely gorgeous. I'm being asked to get one more card. Okay. What else can you tell me about this future love? Angel, helping those in need with no expectation of return. Oh my God. You've known each other for a very long time. This is divinely guided by your spirit guides. You're meant to come together at exactly this time. This will be unfolding for you over the next 12 months is what I'm being told. And they have very angelic energy. They're going to be selfless as you are. They embody that same leadership energy that you have. Remember, like they're equally healed to you. It doesn't mean they're perfect. They're just equally healed. They have the same ambitions and they're ready to conquer the same obstacles that you are ready to face. Oh my God, I am so excited for you guys. Don't forget about the green heart. I really want to know who picked this pile. Definitely go and check out my collaborators' readings. All of their links are in the description box below. I've also added a song for you guys. It is the music that's associated with the Heart Chakra and the color green. So you can really benefit from some of the healing vibrations of the particular tone of that color as well as that chakra. It'll really help you to sort of open up and expand your heart center so that you can move through this transformation a lot sooner. I think that if you even played it while you were sleeping, you would notice a big difference. So the link is below. And if any of you guys are interested in working with me, I would love that. You can go to my website, odessamal.com. All of my services and booking information are available there. I do tarot card readings, spiritual coaching, as well as Reiki, past life readings, and channeled messages from your spirit guides. So thank you so much for joining me. I love you all, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hi, file number 3, welcome back. So in today's reading, I am doing a very special collaboration with 6 other incredibly talented readers, and we are channeling messages from each of the 7 colors of the rainbow. I am working with Jenna's Witchy Corner, Scarlet Serpent, 9 3/4, Bluebird Magic, Leo Guidance Time, and Damselfly. And if you want to know more about the theme and how it connects back to the year 2023 that we are embarking on, you can go back to the intro because I explain all of that in more detail there. And make sure you go and check out all of these other readers' contribution. You can find the links to their own pick-a-cards in the description box below. So I am channeling messages from the color green, which is associated with the heart chakra, so love as well as growth. And you guys selected the rosemary and the green fuchsite. And these first cards are going to fill me in on what you're manifesting in terms of love. Then I'm going to dive into some more cards and find out why people love you and what's coming towards you in terms of romantic love. So let's start off with these cards and find out what the color green would like you to know. So the very first card that you received is Desire. There is the earth symbol on this card, the number 3, Pisces. And it is green letters. I love that. It's so wild because I don't look at the cards when I pull everything for you guys. And every single pile had a first card that was some sort of green vegetable. So I absolutely love that, considering I am channeling messages from the color green. Then the next card you have is Duality with the water symbol, the number 27, and Duality. And then we've got Beauty, followed by the Tower, 9 of Pentacles, Strawberry, Sweet Romantic Luck, Witch Hazel, Magic is Afoot, Surprising Developments, and the Griffin, Be Brave and Fly Above the Clouds. Whoa! Oh my God, pile number 3. Wow. Okay, so it looks to me like there is a metamorphosis taking place for you. And it feels like it's twofold. It looks to me like you've had some sort of major shakeup in your life. There has been some sort of tower moment that's taken place for you. This might have been the end of a relationship, end of a job, you moved. There was something that was sort of foundational that has been stripped away. But through that process, you are now embarking on a journey of self-love where you really start to romanticize your life. You start to see your own beauty. You start to have increased desire for possibly some of the things that you lost touch with. This might have been things like hobbies, just like maybe a passion project of some kind that you just sort of like fell to the wayside because you had other responsibilities, things that just sort of like fell into the shadows. And all of a sudden you're going to have increased interest in these things again. This might have been even things that you haven't thought about in a really long time. And you're really going to start to romanticize your life. Like the food is going to taste like sweeter, and you're going to just start to enjoy some of the little things about like, getting ready to even possibly go to work. Like just little things, like you're just romanticizing every aspect of your life. And you aren't waiting for tomorrow to be the point in time where you're happy. You're going to just do that right now. And you may really have a strong sense of liberation. Whatever you were freed from, the Tower, for some of you might have been something that was very welcomed in your life. And now all of a sudden you feel like you are really like coming into your power. And along with that energy, as you're doing this, you're going through this journey, you're going to start to magnetize more opportunities towards you. Like magic is going to start happening in your life. Even the bananas, because a bunch of bananas has like multiple fruits, it's always a symbol of having more opportunities come to you, little surprises. And then of course the witch hazel card says magic is afoot, surprising developments. It feels to me like you may not really be looking for love necessarily. Some of you might already be very happily partnered, and you're just not focusing on that kind of connection right now. But it's because you stop focusing on it that all of a sudden things come into alignment. It's like you are just loving life and loving yourself, and maybe you're hanging out with friends as well, and you're, like I said, you're doing the things that you wanted to do and empowering yourself and starting to see things from a different perspective. And then it's like new love partners start to come into your life. They're being drawn. It's like bees to honey. Like they're being drawn to you because your vibration has shifted and changed. Like you just feel abundant. You have this strong Empress energy is what's coming forward. And if you're already in a relationship, this might be like something shifts and like there's fire and passion in your relationship again. And you may have been together for a very, very, very long time. And, you know, we can get used to our routines and some of that like passion that we had from the beginning of the relationship. It's not that you don't feel the same way about your partner. It's that life takes over, right? But it feels like that passion is going to be ignited again. It might be you like all of a sudden seeing your partner in a new light, like seeing what you saw in them to begin with, like they really like, you know, got you, you know, feeling strong desire for them, and vice versa. I feel like they're going to be seeing you the same way. I feel like small blessings and little surprises. You did get the surprising developments, but I feel like it might be a situation where all of a sudden your partner starts, you know, surprising you, like with a date night or doing something nice for you, calling you out of the blue. It's like there's a shift in energy. There feels like there is a complete turnaround in appreciation, like true gratitude for what you have right now. And it might feel very magical to you. Like that is strongly what's coming forward. And then you're going to have this more abundant harvest. It really feels like you haven't seen anything yet is what I just heard. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so excited for you. That's so amazing. Now, for some of you, this might actually be like an expansion is also what's coming forward in this. There's with this witch hazel, there's this beautiful witch, and she has her familiar next to her. Some of you might be expanding on your family, whether that's a fur baby or whether that's a human baby. It could also be, yeah, like fostering or caring for someone. Like like woman on the Nine of Pentacles has these two little mice, you know, sort of snuggled up next to her. Yeah, that's strongly coming forward. For some of you, it might be a situation where you've been trying to expand on your family, and maybe you've been having trouble getting pregnant, or there's, you know, if your path is another way to expanding on your family, there's been some sort of hiccup, and that is all of a sudden going to dissolve for you. And I think it might have something to do with you changing your attention. You know, I'll go back to the pregnancy example. Stress levels can really interfere with our fertility. So if you're stressed, doctors often recommend trying to reduce that stress. It might be a situation where finally you're like, I'm just going to surrender. I'm just going to let things happen. And if it happens and we end up getting pregnant, wonderful. And if it doesn't, I'm okay with that. And it's like, bam, pregnant. like that won't resonate for all of you, but that is definitely here in the cards for me. I definitely see 2 becoming 3 is what's coming forward. 2 become 3. Oh, I'm so excited. I feel like I'm going to start crying. Okay, let's get some more cards. I want to find out why people love you, pile number 3. Oh my God, the lovers. Like, I don't always look at the bottom of the deck. I really felt called. And there's literally the caduceus here, and the caduceus are also on this card. And the caduceus is connected back to communication and fast-paced change and alignment, and it's also connected back to health. So if you've been having other health concerns, there's been other issues that you've been struggling with, that's going to be resolved. But like 2 become 3 is still what's coming forward. Oh my God, I'm so excited for you. Okay, so why do people love pile number 3? As if this just happened. You just got the Tower again. That's wild. And then the 5 of Wands. But let's keep going. Why do people love pile number 3? Why do people love pile number 3? What can you tell me about why people love pile 3? Ooh, okay. Sounds good. Told me to turn this upright. Okay, so, whoa, amazing. So the Tower, you shake things up. You are like the Tower twice now. Like your presence is felt. Absolutely. You're able to see things from a higher perspective. You are able to illuminate things that other people may be ignoring. You definitely have a presence about you. And for some, it might be a situation where it's a little bit uncomfortable. Like you might really challenge them. 5 of Wands. You're saying things that maybe like rub them the wrong way or make them feel a little off to begin with. But it very quickly turns into a situation where they realize that you've actually handed them a gift. You've possibly triggered them to a certain degree, but it allowed them to see where things needed to be shifted, where they could build a solid foundation. Like on the 5 of Wands, we've got this beaver with all of the wands, and it's slowly building this dam. It's like you are handing them the building blocks. You're handing them the wands so that they can build the dam, build their own boundaries. And people, I think that you work very hard and you also help people. You may be very in tune emotionally with people as well, with all of this water on the 5 of Wands card. But these other 2 cards, 10 of Pentacles and the Sun. Now the Sun was in the reverse when it came out, and I was told to pull it upright. But even in the reverse, it's still a very, very positive card. Like you bring illumination, you bring enjoyment, you bring laughter and life, and you help people to have a purpose. You help them to see that they're important. And my guides are talking to me about the Sun card. Now, on this card, we've got this cougar, but in a traditional Rider-Waite card, there is a little child sitting on the back of a horse, and they have a flag. And what I'm being told is this is going back to the energy of potentially you expanding on your family and having a child, if that's something that you're interested in. It's like the story that's coming forward is, if that's your case and you haven't been able to get pregnant, you never let your own struggles, take the positivity out of your energy. You are still bringing joy and happiness, and possibly bringing joy and happiness or shining a positive light on something that's very painful. And obviously the pregnancy example won't relate to all of you, but you've all experienced some pain in your lives, and you have this amazing ability to be able to see the silver lining of even the most horrible things, like really serious loss, being able to understand that loss meant something, and then you help others and people love you for it because you're emancipating them. You're helping them to liberate themselves. And then they're able to go off and create their own abundance. They're able to pollinate the flowers, create businesses, create relationships, and live life and experience sweetness. Oh my God, that is so beautiful. I'm being asked to get a couple more cards. So why do people love pile number 3? Oh, wait, that's a lot. Okay. So this first card is the Ten of Wands. Just like I was saying, you help them. Oh my God, yes. You help them to close out cycles, and they witness you going through hardships and having to rebuild. The Ten of Wands is the end of a cycle, but then you have the Ace of Wands, which is the beginning of the cycle. You've also got the Hermit, the Two of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. So this is letting me know that, like I've said, you've been through hardship, you've lost things, and you didn't let it destroy you. You took that opportunity to rebuild. You said, I am the weaver of my destiny. On both of these cards, the Hermit and the Ace of Wands, we have the spider, which in many indigenous communities is connected back to that philosophy of the, like, weaving our own destiny. You did that. You went within, you withdrew from the situation, you maybe like hermited away, dealt with your view of what took place, put all of the pieces of the puzzle back together, or rebuilt yourself, built your confidence up, created a partnership with yourself, maybe connected even with another person or your spirit guides, and then you started rebuilding. And you have this amazing ability to manifest and create luxury, which is what the Nine of Pentacles is talking about, but it's also talking about gratitude. Like, you have gratitude for the experiences, good and bad. You have gratitude for everything that you have, which ultimately brings more of that to you. Oh my God, I definitely see why people love you. Now, with these cards as well, this is definitely indicating that you have great style, that you have an appreciation for beauty and luxury. You are very, like, you glow with the sun. You are illuminated. You're probably very attractive. There's a lot of Wands energy here with the Five of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and then of course you've got a lot of Pentacles energy. So you really know how to use your physical assets to your advantage. And you enjoy being around beautiful things and beautiful people and experiencing like everything that life has to offer. And, you know, I think that you bring a lot of that like excitement and luxury to other people's lives. So it might be a situation, like, just for one example, it could be a lot of different things. You share amazing new bands, new music with people, or you try out a new recipe and you expose people to foods they've never tried before. Like, there's a luxury can come in a lot of different ways, but you're also a really good friend with this Two of Cups and all of this collaboration energy I was getting. You're a very good friend. You really are there for people. You are celebrating them. You are cheering them on. And I cannot believe it, but there's a freaking caduceus on this Two of Cups card as well. You are strongly connected to Mercury. That is so wild. Where was the other one? Now I can't see it. I was sure that there was another caduceus. Maybe I just pointed out the same caduceus again. Anyways, it'll come out. It'll pop up again. All right, so now I'd like to find out exactly what's coming to you in terms of romantic love. So what is coming towards pile number 3 in terms of romantic love? This is wild. What is coming towards pile number 3 in terms of romantic love? Okay. What is coming to pile number 3 in romantic? Whoop. Okay, 1 second. All right, so pile number 3. If you are currently in a relationship, then there is going to be a metamorphosis in terms of your relationship. There's going to be a shift or change. If you are single, it definitely looks like there is somebody new coming towards you. If you are happily single, this could very well be a metamorphosis that's taking place within you internally. But like, you received the Queen of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Two of Cups. So this is talking, and you've got the Two of Cups here as well. This is talking about a love partnership, and then you literally have the two divine counterparts that correspond with this same Cups energy. Like, this could very well be you balancing out your own divine feminine and divine masculine energy and really having a partnership with yourself, loving yourself, and then going after your goals. But this could very well be indicating that the right person is coming towards you and you are going to have that fulfilling relationship that you've been waiting for. This could also be indicating that your relationship that you're currently in, if you've been having sort of like conflict or any kind of sort of setbacks in that regard, is all of a sudden going to transform, and you guys are going to start filling each other's cups. There is a brand new beginning coming in the physical world, the Ace of Pentacles. And this might very well be a change in your own approach to love. Like, you are starting to invest in love in a different way. You may have been feeling very pessimistic about the outcomes that you, either the situation you're in right now, or potentially the outcome for the future in love with the Five of Cups, sort of like looking at the glass half empty. But you're no longer doing that. You're at a crossroads, or you are at a crossroads right now, but you may not have realized that yet. But you're going to get really, clear with yourself in the universe on what you want, the Queen of Swords. And you're going to start taking action based on what you know you need to do to have the kind of fulfilling love relationship, or love relationship with self or others that you want. This is really powerful, really, really interesting. So I want to get a couple more cards to give me a little more clarity on this. And see what else I can find out about this. What else can you tell me about this love that's coming towards? Can you tell me about the love? Oh, okay. Yeah, you have definitely been through some pain in terms of love in the past. You may have been thinking very pessimistically about love, because you have the Eight of Swords that's come out, the Nine of Swords, and the Five of Swords. So conflict, petty battles, as well as self-limiting beliefs and nightmares being realized, potentially because we've sort of focused on the nightmares. It can also be indicating that the nightmares are sort of a figment of our imagination, but ultimately it's not a pleasant energy to be in. But it looks like you're going to be transforming that thought inside your own mind and coming to a place of balance. So the energy I get is that if you've experienced pain and that's sort of like influencing your relationship, maybe there's been conflict with another person in the past that's still, weighing heavy on you. All of a sudden you understand exactly why it happened. You start to work with this other person as teammates, and it heals the wound and you come together with a fresh new beginning. Or it could be you finally letting go of an ex. You know, emotionally, physically you may have already done that, but emotionally you still might be thinking like, why did I have to experience that pain? And all of a sudden you heal from it. You know, whatever blockage was in your heart is released and you're able to open up to new love and you start approaching things in a different way. And there is definitely the possibility that a brand new love interest is coming into your life that is as emotionally balanced as you. It's like the Two of Cups in this particular deck really gives me that divine counterpart energy because of the moon being embedded into the figure of the masculine here and the sun being embedded into the figure of the feminine. And typically the moon energy is connected to divine feminine and sun energy is connected to divine masculine. And so they're switched here, which makes me think that the energy is balanced. And you did get Two of Cups twice. So, whoa, that is really exciting. So now I'd like to get just a couple final cards and see who is this person that might be coming towards you, if in fact it is a person. So let's see. Oh my God. Wow. Okay, the card that you just got is God. And it says benevolence, compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. That just blew my mind. So, of course, there is definitely the possibility that a romantic partner is coming into your life. But truly, the bond that you're going to be having that's going to mend this piece of the puzzle that's been broken for you, that sort of created conflict for you in romantic love, is your connection with your higher self and spirit. Being able to have the ability to have compassion and be benevolent, to be able to look back at the situations where people really, you know, were awful to you, and understand and recognize that all of that happened for a particular reason. And then it heals this. It heals the wounds from the past. And then the heart chakra opens up and expands and you're able to connect with a new person without the past influencing you. You're not going to feel like fear around them or what could be. And likewise, they're going to be doing the same thing. Or it could be healing an existing relationship. For each of you, it will be different. Whoa, I am so excited for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Make sure you go and check out my collaborators' readings. All of the links are below. I also have a link to a healing vibration recording for the heart chakra below. I highly recommend that you guys listen to it, even if you want to put it on while you're going to sleep. It will help deliver healing vibrations to you that correspond with the heart chakra, with the color green. And it will help you to go through this transition, to really have that expansion, to heal your heart, to make this a lot easier for you so you can get into this 10 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles and the Sun energy and all of this good stuff right away. It's inevitable that it's going to happen, but the recording could really, really help. So like I said, it's in the description box below. And if any of you guys are interested in working with me one-on-one, you can go to my website, odessamal.com. All of my services and booking information are available there. I do tarot card readings. I also do spiritual coaching, Reiki, past life readings, and channeled messages from your spirit guides. So thank you so much, all of my loves. I am so grateful to do these readings for you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Take care.